Hey guys, welcome to another Music Monday. So today I decided I'd do something a little bit more chill than usual, and I'm going to do a tips video. So I'm no professional by any means, but I really love singing. So I thought I'd give you 5 tips that I found helped me a lot, because my gosh, if I could have just heard all of these like 3 years ago, it would have made my life so much easier. So yeah, the first tip I've got is be kind to your voice. And I know this sounds really generic, and of course you all know that you shouldn't do anything bad to your voice, but one of the things that I've been told that's helped me a lot is that you should only ever sing as loud as you speak. So if I was to, I don't know, if I was watching SpongeBob a couple of days ago, and it's so good. So if I was going to start singing Hero's My Middle Name from SpongeBob the Musical, and if I started with Hero is my middle name, like, for a start, I can't go anywhere with that. It's so loud and I'm going for it so much that later on in the song, the only place I can go is a place where I can injure myself. And also, the extended period of singing that loud isn't good for you at all. So keep in mind starting somewhere that's, kind of middle ground so you don't end up injuring your voice. And then so you can practice that by saying the line. So if I realised I'm singing it too loud, I could go, Hero is my middle name, and just say it how I would normally speak. Hero is my middle name, and then it's the same level as how I speak. So the next thing is, if your voice is breaking, don't use that as pushing past it. If your voice is breaking, it's normally for a reason, and sometimes that reason is that you're just not used to singing that way yet, which is fine. Just go for it softly. But if it keeps breaking every time you try and hit a note, you probably shouldn't be hitting the note as loud and as powerfully as you are, so lighten it up a bit. And I know that might be annoying at first, because you'll be like, oh, but I don't have a strong head voice. Well, by the time you finish singing it, you probably will. So number 2, sing every day. And I know this is another general one, and all of you will be like, oh, I know if I want to get better, I have to sing every day. But something I've always found is, no matter how many times people told me that, I would always think, oh, well, I don't have long enough to sing today. And that's a really silly thing to think, because if you have 5 minutes, sing through your favourite song. If you have 10 minutes, do some practice. If you have 20, there isn't an amount of time that's too little to sing. So if all you have time for in that day, if you're busy all day and all you have time for is to sing along with your favourite song in the car, you should do it, because you're still singing. But then also, try and make half of the time you're singing doing exercises. So always warm up. I mean, sometimes it's better to sing than not sing, but it's better to do some warm-ups before you start singing than it is to just start singing. So yeah, pretty much just always try and find a little bit of time. It doesn't matter if you're only doing it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is really much better than doing none. And anything, a quote that helped me out with this is, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And I never used to understand it, but it really does make sense that anything that is worth doing well is worth doing not to your fullest potential, because it will still make you 100% better than you would have been if you hadn't have done it, obviously. So yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, let's do it this way again. Practice effectively. So this is kind of linked to the last one, and it's that if you want to get better, you should make your practice count. So okay, you only have 10 minutes to do your practice every day. So make sure you've got, you could make your own singing warm-up to make sure that you hit all of the areas that you need to. So I made my own quite recently, well, a couple of months ago. And it's based on what I do in my singing lessons. So I'll think to myself, okay, so these are all the exercises that work for me, these are all the exercises that don't. And then I use one of the YouTube videos of singing warm-up for 10 minutes, but then I sing my own warm-ups over it. So if any of you guys have a singing teacher, you should ask them what exercises you should be working on and try and fit them in. Make sure to always start slowly and not just wham-bam your voice and kill it. But you can focus on the areas that you want to get better at. If any of you guys don't have a singing teacher and want some help with that, you can send an email to fcytvideos@gmail.com and I'll do my best. Or if any of you guys want a video, I could make a video at some point with how I do it personally, at least. And so try and make your practice effective. And also on that is, don't just sing if you're trying to get better. Singing is great, but singing the same way every single time you sing a song for 20 minutes isn't going to change anything. You need to be trying to improve the bits that aren't going so well. So if there's a verse that you can't sing, work at it. Like, sing it over and over again. You don't need to be singing the entire song every time you're practicing. So yeah, number 4, make conscious choices. So this basically means that don't just sing the song. You should be deciding how your character is feeling and thinking through how you would be feeling in that situation through the entire time you're singing it. And even though a lot of people are really good at just feeling it and singing it, I've always found that there's something really therapeutic and useful about going through the song and deciding on what emotion or what action you're going to be feeling or doing throughout a verse. So if I was going to do, what song? I'm going to stick with Hero Is My Middle Name. If I was going to do Hero Is My Middle Name, I could make it, so this is an I Am song. This is him singing about who he is. And so I'd say, okay, so at the beginning, what I'll put with the first verse is reflection. So I'm going to spend the first one thinking about who I am. And then there's the chorus comes up. So for the chorus, I'm going to be convincing myself of who I am. And if you pick words like that, you'll end up putting in way more emotion to it than if you just say, this is a song about empowerment. So yeah, try and separate the verses out and give them words so that you feel like you understand the journey of the song. Because it's really important to give every song that you sing a journey. So yeah, and then finally, let's go here. Number 5, don't get lost in technique. Technique is there to make you better. It's not there to dictate how you should sing and how you should perform. So I think something that's really great and something that I'm trying to do is make sure you sing a song per day. And I don't mean, oh, I'm practicing it, I'm trying to get better. I mean, make time to sing, full on sing your heart out, one song every day. And you'll just feel the emotion and you'll keep your acting up as well at the same time. And it's so nice to do at the end of a practice, like when you've been practicing for a while, and then you just get to sing the song and forget about the well, don't forget about it, but do you know what I mean? Just spend some time to just feel like you're performing every single day. And it'll make you so much better, because there's something really constricting if you feel like you only ever have to focus on technique and getting better. And sometimes you just need to stand up, relax your shoulders, make sure your jaw is relaxed as well, and just perform the song like nobody's there and you're just singing to yourself. And I would recommend that all of you guys just make time to sing, just sing your heart out, because you're never, no matter how bad and how much you're struggling with technique, you're not a bad singer until you forget why you're singing. So yeah. That is it for me today, pretty much. Oh, the task. I think the task I'm going to give you guys today is, if any of you guys want to, fcytvideos@gmail.com, I'll put it in the description. If you send a tip that has helped you get better at singing, and if we get some of them in, we could post them on social media or something, or I could put them at the beginning of the video next week if there's any good ones. So yeah, if you have any tips for any other singers, you could, just send them into the email and I'll put them at the start of the video. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this Music Monday, something a little more chilled than usual. And have a nice week. I'll see you guys next week.